I'm Allyn,
I'm Adrien.
and now it's your time for a little R&R.
Hello to our listener.
All right. Oh, I put our little logo up at the top. Can you see that?
I saw that. I love it.
Okay. Okay. I was like, I put it on the little clips from before. I was like, now it just showed up when I came in. I was like, oh, okay. We'll try
I
that.
know. I noticed
Okay.
it when I opened it up.
All right.
What a theme.
Yeah, I thought so. At least
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
we'll
like
come
it.
up with something else. Okay. All right. So today we wanted to start talking about when Adrien says hello to our listener, because there's probably just one so far. But this whole thing had started, well, it was probably like 2 years ago now, when I said I wanted to do a podcast and then tried to get you to do it and then eventually tried to get Mom to do it. The whole thing. Um, so our listener would be our mom, because she said she was going to, well, first she said she was going to do it with us. Okay.
Yes. Very
Yeah.
confidently.
Yeah, so I think that was her way to rope you into doing it.
Well, fair enough, but I'm guessing if she had a couple of these and thought, yeah, this sounds like a good idea for me.
Right, and then started making all these plans for us, and then when I came back and said something about it, she goes, oh, well, maybe I'll just be a guest or something, like whatever she said. I probably have the text still saved.
I do, for sure.
She goes, she goes, I'll have my people reach out to you. That's what she said.
Yeah.
I said, we
you
are
said,
your people.
We are your people.
We are your people. We are your people. So here we are. Anyway.
Years later, so she
Yeah,
immediately
yeah. Yeah, she's
retracted
like,
her.
nope. Either way, so I guess, I mean, I don't know if we necessarily are saying we're doing this and just because of her. I mean, we wanted to do it anyway, but I think a lot of it now is driven by that. I don't know, just like take an opportunity when you can, kind of mentality.
And I know we're going to talk a little bit more about this. I don't know specifically about what, but I do think it's a way to just speak to her, or I feel like she is listening. Like it's not an exaggeration. Like hello to like I feel like it's like a shout out.
Right. No, I agree. One of the things because I wasn't really sure again where to narrow it down for what to talk about, because it's like, how do you either sum up somebody's life or the impact, or in a couple sound bites you can't. You know what I mean? Like you just can't do that. So it was like, which angle do you take?
That's right.
And part of it was like, since I had my meeting this morning, I was thinking about school stuff, and like I can't have those conversations with her anymore. So since we used to work together, like you knew the same people and you could, have those conversations. But it's like I still like have those conversations with her, like when I'm walking between buildings.
Yeah.
Like I'll kind of like talk out loud to myself. Like,
do you say it out loud or do you think it?
I usually say it out loud. Usually,
wow. Okay.
Like, I kind of check to make sure there's not anybody too close, and then I
You actually do
start...
talk though out loud. Okay.
I do. Yeah, I
Mine's
talk out
mostly
loud.
Thoughts.
Yeah, no, because I'm still not convinced that people can hear your thoughts here or otherwise. So
okay, that's probably self-preservation too.
Yes. Yeah, like my thoughts are still my own. Yes. Like you can't really hear what I'm thinking, so I'm gonna keep that to myself. But
right.
no, so I do.
You need
a
safe space somewhere. I guess it's your head.
Yes. Well,
that's
I mean,
that's it.
Right, and that's everybody should be able to have that. But I figure everything else is invaded with.
I like that mentality.
Yeah. So anyway, I have those conversations, and I'll just kind of like talk things out, and again out loud, like while I'm walking, between parking lots or wherever I'm going between buildings, and it just makes me laugh, because I'm still sharing the same stuff, obviously not as much detail because there's no feedback. I will say there's no conversation back. It's just me talking. I haven't had an experience of having the conversation come back to me yet. So having these conversations, haven't had any responses yet, but waiting for that. Maybe. I don't know. I think that would kind of freak me out if I actually got a response. But it's just like, you've got that sense of like, you're still talking to somebody. I don't know if you feel that way too or not, but like you still have that. And it's not all the time. So, I feel like it makes it more true of like being there, not being there. She's got other places to go. I know. she can't talk to me all day.
Right.
But anyway, so it was just thinking about those things, and just those little pieces of like just your daily interaction, going back and forth, and we would have those conversations. Even when she retired, obviously she knew the people I was, or at least the environment, the culture, the whole thing. So anyway, so I figures if she's still our listener, it's like, well, now she's got to listen to me talk all day about work stuff and now this, but oh well.
One would hope you could pick and choose when you want to.
Yeah, that's true.
Be a part of whatever you want to be a part of.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, she couldn't when she was here.
Right. Pick and choose? Oh, she
Yeah.
just had to sit there and listen?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because it'd be rude otherwise.
Speaking of, I wore a mom shirt today.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Not my circus, not my monkeys. So I made sure to wear that one because it just, I don't know. This one especially always reminds me of her, so yeah.
I have this sitting by me.
It's in the bathroom. I got the blue one.
Right. So we talk about how to sum up somebody's life, and which wasn't what I guess the purpose of this one episode is or was.
No.
It's
But
part
I'm
of
saying
it, right?
if she's the topic though, it's like what do you focus on?
Right. And that's what made me think about the comb, because when she passed, almost immediately you claimed the blue comb. So I'm going to get the blue one. Okay. So much for being attached to that. Then I said, okay, well, I'll take the tan one. I mean, it was hours late. I mean, it's just funny the stuff that crossed. Not funny, but
that's because Dad made us go through all the stuff immediately. But
he did. But I still think this came up naturally. And this comb, I think Mom had for 45 plus years.
Well, I mean, as long as I knew it.
So since this is an Avon comb.
You want me to Google it?
Avon.
See if I can get it. Avon.
I mean, it's got that tan 70s kind of color to it anyway.
Avon, it's Goody though. Avon Goody.
No, just says Avon. Oh. I thought yours was Goody, but they're like the exact same ones.
It might be.
This is very mundane. This was the first thing that we thought about. This is combs that have lasted the, the amount of time that it has. What's the phrase? Stood the test of time.
You can't get nothing no more.
No, I'm sure you can't.
I think I found it.
I'm afraid to break it.
Is that it?
That's
it, right?
I think so, yeah. It's probably on eBay for $1,000.
It's on Whatnot. He's Vanity Vintage Avon Detangling Hair Comb.
There you go.
$25.
See? I said it had that time period-esque color to it. So for whatever reason, Allyn and I split the comb. So right. So and I went back to, and this is something I'll talk about later too. But the yet another list. If anybody saw our first episode and is now intrigued by the second, there have been creating an accumulation of like thoughts and things in an online type journal, which I'll launch into in a second. But one of my thoughts on that was just, I wonder, don't hang on to any of the stuff. Like, try not to accumulate the stuff, like what really matters. And no matter if I have the comb or not, I still am thinking about her. So how much does that stuff really mean?
Oh, so you're talking about tchotchkes.
I am. And one thing on my list to do this summer is to
whittle down the tchotchke collection.
Yeah. This goes into another.
I'll help you with it. I'll come. I'll make a special trip to New York just to help you whittle down your tchotchkes.
It has to be just me and my tchotchkes. Nobody's invited.
I won't take your comb.
But my thought is, if I come across something in a drawer and it's not sitting on a shelf or is able to be used, why do I have it? Right?
Well, right. And this, and Mom was big on that Swedish death cleaning.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So, which, I mean...
Did you read that book?
I never read it, no. Because I will say I'm fairly good about moving things on. So, if I've got stuff I'm not using it, I'm done. Like there's...
It had a good message. And it was very tasky, so you got to be ready to do.
Right. I did read that Marie Kondo... No, it wasn't her. But you know who Marie Kondo, like she was the big, like decluttering, organizing.
Was that the 40 bags in 40 days? Did she do that one?
Maybe.
40
but
trash bags.
I sent it to you, Declutter Like a Mother.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And I don't remember who that was. It wasn't her, though.
Yeah.
Allyn Casazza, Casazza. Declutter Like a Mother, because it was kind of the same idea. And I don't know. But anyway, the comb. But it's funny things like that. It's like the second you see that comb, you think of her.
Right. And we talked about the comb a lot.
Right. Well, that's because
she was taking a vacation.
Well, because
it was the most sturdy thing she ever bought.
Right. It was a rock star. Like you can't find a comb like that. You can't find much of anything that'll last 45 years.
Right. That's where it launched into that conversation. Like, this is good quality stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it makes me laugh now more.
Well, that I always think about her putting it in her back pocket. She always like combed her hair and put it in her back pocket.
Yeah.
And then would like a
weapon.
holster. Right.
Like a holster. That's right.
Walk around the house with the comb in the back pocket.
Yeah.
The wet hair. Not for long because she go dry.
No, not to be seen very. No, that was not a visual she wanted.
Not for outer world consumption.
No.
God forbid. I do find myself too, speaking of going out and, can't have wet hair and, whatever, like putting mascara on.
Yeah, I knew that
no
was
matter
coming.
what. Like even if I don't have anything else on, foundation. It's summer. I try not to wear foundation too much in the summer because it's hot and sweaty and wet. Even putting on eyeshadow. Sometimes I'll just do eyeliner and mascara because that's
yeah.
also...
There's a guilt factor there. Just a little, but I don't. I still,
mom guilt is strong.
I still don't always wear mascara, but I do often have her playing in my head. Maybe that's the message. Maybe it's all about mascara.
Well, one of the things I wrote down was that about being judgmental, because she was the queen of judgment, but in the best way. You know what I mean? It was like she was a good judge of character, but
yes,
a lot of the things I find myself saying or doing or thinking about other people, situations, it's all it's just her voice.
Yes. As she intended.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always with a thought and a something.
And that word is rarely used in a positive context, but
judgmental, right? But she was fairly accurate with all of her judgments, so I wouldn't say that's such a bad thing. When you're talking about items, too, another thing that made me think about was Tyler Henry and objects bringing that energy, or however he explains it, how he has you bring items to him, and like if you brought the comb, it would probably be like full of energy. Like
yeah, that'd be a good. Like, what item would I choose? That would be it, for sure.
Yeah. And I thought I wear this ring still all the time. Now, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And but she didn't wear it too much towards the end. Like she didn't wear it, I would say, for probably the past 10, 15, but I still feel like this probably has quite a bit of energy to it too.
Right, and I find myself thinking about, we also mentioned this last time, how with Mom's taking your last name and not, and how she wasn't hippie-ish, and wasn't really our angle. But in a funny way, as far as connecting the natural world to some kind of spiritual something, right? So I find myself kind of reminded of her in elements, and this is something I jotted down too. The ocean, so water, salt water mostly, but any kind of water. Rain, which is interesting. So she loved rain. She loved thunderstorms. Like we had a huge one here last night. Huge. Like to the point where I was like, are we okay? I mean, the amount of rain that was falling was phenomenal. And I think of her every time there's a thunderstorm. So that's often rain, salt water, sand, which is elemental. When it's super hot, she loved like just.
Well, this summer's been
and this sounds gross, like sweating, but she like that kind of heat, like it was just really consumed by heat. Oh, wind. She always said, I love the wind. Like that's just a very general, like I love the wind. Like just, okay, on your face, like.
Yeah, just the feeling of it.
The feeling of wind. Like, okay, so there's wind all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of those things are reminiscent. You can go into the whole hummingbird thing and starfish. And, there's obviously living things too, but the elements are something that make me feel really connected to her, and I'm a little surprised by that because I'm not, I do feel very spiritual, but it wasn't intentional.
Well, no, and I think back to Tyler Henry again, because he says that spirits put things in your way for a reason. So he goes, if you do think that, you see that bird and it reminds you of that, he goes, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Or if you have a certain feeling when you see something or doing something, or your attention's drawn to something, it's for a reason. Like it's not by mistake, or it's not a coincidence that it keeps happening.
Right.
It was like the dimes for Baka.
The dimes, yep. Wrote that down.
But that's a Baka thing, not a mom thing.
No. Have you found it a lot lately?
No.
Me either.
Nope.
I used to find them all the time.
All the time.
I haven't seen. And Mom passed away, I guess it's like 13 months ago.
Almost 14
And in
months ago,
that
yeah.
14, so in that span, 14 months,
Nothing.
maybe 3, maybe.
I've come across my old ones that I've saved.
What do you mean?
Like, I found one in my desk, like when I got my job back, my 4th grade.
Oh.
Okay. There was one in the drawer. That was it. That was the only thing that was in the drawer, was a dime.
Oh.
So I kept that one. When I was packing up my stuff to move to a different office, like I came across it.
Yeah.
You know. So I taped it onto my school laptop. I came across another one that I'd saved in my room. Like, again, just ones that I'd had from before, but I have not come across any new ones.
Yeah, it's 2, maybe 3, I think.
Right.
And there were moments where it was oh, okay, a reminder. So they were significant, but I can't remember even what they were. But the time it meant something.
At the
Yeah, and I kept it, and I now keep them in like a little jar that has jingle shells in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. And just this morning, and this stuff I have to share too, but the connection and the talk about whether you believe in afterlife or speaking or how that all plays out, right? Are they still present? Are they not? What happens? I mean, I don't have any answers, obviously, but just this morning, my son said, Gigi is all good. She's happy. She's very sad. She's sad about Auntie Allie, and then she listed everybody else in more the immediate family. But she's okay, and she's. I said, oh, and he goes, and Nana. And I said, okay.
You said this morning?
I said, is she with Great Nana? Is she with Great Nana? And I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, they're together in heaven.
No.
I said, oh, yeah. I said, oh, okay. Are they happy? Yeah, they're happy. And that's when he said, oh, but Gigi's really sad about, you and your son and, Auntie Allie. But she's good. She's wearing a blue shirt.
No.
First he goes, she's wearing a blue dress.
No.
And he goes,
wrong one.
no, actually it's a shirt. He corrected himself.
Did you say Mom wouldn't be caught dead in a blue dress, literally?
Our mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, Gigi wouldn't be caught dead in a blue dress.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's wild. And then he has mentioned.
It's just like when you woke up. Maybe it was a dream.
No, we were driving.
Well, but maybe it was from a dream.
I don't know.
Which I think dreams come from when you dream about people that have passed. I believe that that's them communicating to you.
Yes.
See, that's when I have a hard time separating your thoughts or your own when they infiltrate your dreams.
I haven't had a lot of dream interactions. She's always there.
Oh, see, I
I
have tons.
About conversations, and I don't have a lot of direct.
I have tons. It's bizarre. Like, it really is, like, very...
She's there.
Very realistic. Like,
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, not to the degree.
It's bizarre. But it's always been like that for me with dreams. So, I don't know if that's just a different connection, I don't know. But that's bizarre.
Yeah.
I can't believe he said that.
That's happened the last 2 weeks. There have been 2 moments that those things have happened, and I firmly believe that there's some sort of conversation going on or something with him. I said, oh, do you talk to her a lot? And he says, yeah. It's very matter of fact. It's not.
Does he still go to his phone, his red phone?
Not as much, but we were driving the other day, and this is out of nowhere too. I mean, we weren't even talking about my recent memory in the last couple days before that. And he goes, did Gigi drive you when you were in my seat? Like, meaning when I was a baby.
Right.
I said, yeah. He goes, did you go to McDonald's? I said, we did actually go to McDonald's a lot. And I was your age, because that was about right. That was 4. Yeah. He goes, okay, did she take you to parks? He goes, I remember she took you to the beach, and you were holding hands. I mean, it was just he had a whole story. And it went on and on, and there were other details and things. And he says, well, she says it's okay to be happy, to me. He's saying, it's okay to be happy, but you can also be very sad, but you also need to have fun.
Oh.
I was like, what? So I'm crying in the car.
I passed on that message.
He's like, are you crying? Like, yeah, I'm okay. He's like, it's okay to cry.
My
Kid's
gosh.
4.
Well, but the thing is, you hear about these connections with babies and little kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's only 4, so there's something about, because again, they don't have life blocking their brains, so they have a better sense of being able to get that input. So having him be able to be like the messenger, he's probably the easiest to communicate with.
Well, right, and rainbows and things like that we'll talk about, and that always came up right after she passed away.
He's more receptive to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
You might be out there searching for it, but he's just taking in the. It's not like he's asking for it.
No.
He's not sitting there trying to have a conversation. It's just he's getting that input.
Or make a story up, because you can tell that he's just talking.
Well, right. He's not just coming up with something like he saw something and is like,
He's
oh,
getting
how about
a reaction
this?
or yeah.
Well, and at this age, I mean, he would have been just 3 when she passed.
Just turned 3. Yeah.
So his memories of her already are probably very limited.
Yeah.
So him being able just to pull that out of nowhere wouldn't make any sense. I mean, the only logical explanation is that she's communicating with him.
Well, then, okay, so here's another one. So
well, that's
2 days ago.
Tell him to send a message to her then. See if you can.
No, he does. No, he does. So the other day at night, it comes to me. This has been happening a lot lately. He's like whispering, and I walk in. I wasn't even in the room. Who are you talking to? This was Gigi. Okay. I said, everything okay? He goes, yeah. And you could tell it was like a funny language, like he's like he's like.
Right.
I said, all right. He goes, we tell secrets. I said, oh, well, that's good.
Tell me more.
He goes, yeah. He said, oh, she. I can give her a message, and he said this. I can give her a message. I said, oh, okay. Well, and then I'm visibly upset again because I wasn't expecting this out of nowhere. He takes his stool. I'm sitting in one of the chairs. He takes a stool, comes up, and just sits next to me. He doesn't overreact. He's very calm. He's like, I'm just gonna sit by you. I said, okay. He goes, you can be sad. You're 4.
No, it's Mom.
Walks in front of me, grabs my face, okay, and does this to my face to wipe my tears away. Just like with his little thumb. Like, what? You're taking. I can't believe this right now. And then would say, Gigi. There was about whole thing about like it's okay, you can have fun, but you can still be sad. Kind of like reiterated that same message again. So
well, then take the advice.
I am.
Take the advice and run.
Yeah.
What'd you tell her?
I don't even remember. I was so overwhelmed.
Oh, that doesn't sound like you.
I wasn't prepared to send her a message.
I don't have a list. I don't have it written down. Prepared statement.
Because I took like furious notes after because I didn't want it in the moment, but I was like trying to remember everything. Because you have to come. He says to me, he's 4 again. I just want to remind you. You have to come to find me when you're sad and tell me about Gigi, and I will tell her, and you will be okay. And it's okay to be happy.
I want to send him a message. Do you think it'll
just
work?
Be with me all day. Yeah.
Can I talk to him about it?
Sure.
Yeah, I would like that. I want to talk to him about it.
You want me to send Gigi a message?
Oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to send a message through him.
Okay.
To her. Well then she's gonna come to Disney with us.
Gigi can stay here for 40 years, he says to me.
That's a lot of time.
Well, I said that's about what I need. It's about right, based on my, so that's about right. He goes, you can go back, she can go back to Papa's house. It's okay. You can cook with her.
That's amazing.
I'll send Gigi a message. You can play with my toys if you're busy. I'll sit on the couch and wait for you. She's coming to see me and you and Dad, and she's going to be here and go to Papa's house and not going back to heaven.
It's unbelievable.
He said this is all going to happen in the fall. It's not going to happen in the summer.
Okay. This was the recent one? This was like a recent one?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Little messenger from heaven.
I wasn't even planning on talking about all this, but I just can't believe how matter of fact it's things. I keep repeating the same thing.
So the beauty of a toddler mind.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just kind of let it roll because.
Well, yeah.
I don't really prompt a lot. I just how's she doing? Is she happy? She's always happy, so that's good.
Well, and again, I go back to Tyler Henry, and I just fully believe in everything that he does and says. So when he says things like anybody whose past doesn't matter, like they're okay, like anytime, like nobody's come back with a vengeance. Like nobody wants to. Like everybody's fine.
This kind of goes back to what we were talking about previously in the other episode about filtering things and remembering good, and I think that's all part of it.
Everybody
too.
Loves Raymond. Only keep the good stuff from Robert's wedding. When Marie interrupts the wedding, and you remember the episode when Robert gets married.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And Marie interrupts the whole thing, and it was a 2-parter episode. And then Ray makes his speech at the reception and talks about editing. And he says, you can only keep the good stuff. Because everybody's like just sitting at the reception like what just happened? And like it's real depressed. Like everybody's just sitting at the table like what? And his speech is just kind of like, you can edit that out, forget it happened. And then for life, only keep the good stuff. Just edit out the bad, keep the good stuff. So, but yeah, same kind.
I just started watching those intentionally again recently. At night, that's my go-to now.
They're the
Not
best.
when they're on TV. I look for it.
I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay, are we back? Yeah, it's recording again. Okay, so I had to stop because I sit by a front window, my front window, and the Amazon guy walked by out of nowhere. So I didn't see his truck. His truck was
I wonder
like
if you can see the reaction.
past my line of vision. Well, I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. But like to a viewer right now, it went from talking about something straight to this. So I'm not. It'll be a funky whatever. But so Amazon guy walked by to deliver, which they do. But anyway, and the other part, he was delivering underwear that I ordered yesterday. So, which got me to thinking about, because I have the same, well, I mean, I honest to God don't even know the last time I bought myself underwear. like that's like, why? Like I buy myself new stuff all the time, but like I hold on faded, ratty, old underwear for what? I have no idea. But Marie Kondo would not approve. She would say to get rid of the underwear. And I don't know. That was something. So thank you to the Amazon guy for bringing me my new underwear. I appreciate that. And now I can be refreshed.
Yeah, there's no reason to live through that. But there are certain things that you can get rid of and be frugal about. And
hold on to your Avon comb from the 80s.
Right.
Get rid of your underwear from the 80s. I mean...
Words to live by.
It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. Not that complicated.
I don't even know what to say.
Scared the bejesus out of me. We walked by. It was like, he needs to pull the truck up in my line of sight. I should have told him that.
Shame on him. So and if only he knew what he was delivering.
If he knew, thank God for those Amazon boxes that don't show what's on the inside. Anyway.
Enjoy your new product.
All right. I will. Anyway. Okay. So another thing I had was this, it's still all wrapped up.
Mine's wrapped up too.
It's a journal, but it's the photo. So a little backstory. This photo, painting. It's not a photo. This painting was in the hospital, like down the hallway, probably from Mom's room, around the corner. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I was just drawn to it when I saw it and just really enjoyed, I don't know, it's like peaceful or something. Which I'm guessing is the point of the painting being in the hospital.
I hadn't even seen it, so you pointed it out. But I really like that painting because I was so blinders those couple days.
Right. It drew my attention.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. So I'd taken a picture of it at the time, or you did, somebody did, and I had it.
Yep.
Fast forward, I didn't tell you this, but I was printing out my copy of that painting from the photograph and was ready to mail it to you. I gave one to Dad too, and I kept one of that painting. And it was about a year later, so it was about May of this year. And did you get it first? Is that how it happened?
Well, we didn't know that each other had gotten it. So
right. Time out with that. So you got my gift first.
Yes, and
right?
I felt the package.
Is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I got the package, and it was right around Mom's anniversary, and she was very adamant when people that she loved passed away not to celebrate recognize the death day. I know that's very big in some religions and some cultures, and that's an important thing 40 days after. Then there's all kinds of markers. But we all, the three of us, me, you, and Dad, knew that this time was coming and that it was going to be a hard day no matter what, because it was the first one. So I got this
Mother's Day.
And it's Mother's Day, and it was her birthday. All within 4 days. So I got the package, and I know exactly what. So I got the package, and I was feeling around the edges of it. This is a frame, and I knew what the frame was. And you sent it to me, and I knew exactly what this picture is. Now, ironically, in the mail, or about to be in the mail that day, was a journal that I had bought Allie of the exact same picture to send to her as, right. And that's the picture that I got in the mail.
Journal.
And I texted her, I said, "You're not going to believe this." And I took a picture of the journal before I had put it in the mail. So, all of that is just too much.
It's so weird. Well, and we also had not spoken about that painting for a year. I mean, nothing. And I'd had these frames for a long time. I honestly was going to do, that picture I sent with our last Christmas? I was going to put that photo in that frame. But then I didn't want to decide for you what frame it went in. I gave you the photo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I didn't put it in that frame. I decided, if you want, whatever you want to do with that photo, go ahead, But then I was thinking with this painting, the frame went perfectly with it. It goes really nicely with it. So I've had those frames for, at that time, 7 months. I'd just been saying, what am I going to do with them? What am I going to do? And then I'm going to send the painting. It was the craziest.
So that portrait, I looked it up just so.
That stuff.
to give credit.
That
It's
stuff freaks
called
me out.
Jewel River by Melissa Graves Brown. So hyphenated Graves Brown.
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
Jewel River. I think that I like that. The
Yeah.
title's good too. Well, and Gigi always liked trees and the, like a lot of the stuff in house decorations were different
Tree of
types of
life
trees and
and-
roots and all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. So, right. So everything was revolving around trees, which when we were going through her stuff,
Yep.
we found
I do.
2 of these. Do you still have yours? Okay. I figured you did. And when we found 2 of them, we're like, I guarantee
Yes.
she was going to be giving this to us at some point.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
her and Auntie Sue, or something. There was something.
Yep.
Because why would she buy 2? So I haven't done anything with it yet.
either.
I don't know what to do with it yet.
I would change the chain. So
But-
I gotta figure out. Yeah.
Well, it's a little big, and it's black.
Right.
It's like,
But
it's
it
not
was the
something
picture.
that
But the picture
I would
looks
wear.
like that.
But if I put it just like on a silver, right, which was weird too, because I remember we were going through the stuff and I was like, oh, I bet she was going to give this to us. But again, just the tree connection,
Yeah.
back to your elements and nature
Yeah,
and all that.
and
other,
another thing we found that day when we were going through the jewelry is still a thing we have to dive into a little bit more because
well,
sure.
I know this ring. Back to this ring again, because I found it for her at the
Yep.
same beach where we spread her ashes.
Yep.
So it's just
Yep.
like, I don't know,
And
There's just
when
a
we
lot.
were going through
a lot.
her things, and this relates to elements again. Actually, I wasn't even connecting this in my head. So the day that we found out that she was diagnosed with this terrible disease, this terminal situation, was hours, 2 days a day before the total solar eclipse. And she was in the hospital when she found this out, so there was a total solar eclipse. So that was like a big cosmic event that happened. And this relates to what we just talked about in the last episode about time. But the time passed, which was 35 days, 7 weeks, however you want to mark it. And then the day that she passed, and this is something that I think is remarkable that we should also mention about our conversation that night in the hospital about the Northern Lights. Because the night that she passed was this huge geometric storm, May 10th, 2024, where there was this giant thing in our area that occurred. And so there's something very...
And again, just for reference, we're in Northern Illinois.
No.
So, Northern Lights aren't necessarily something that we see all the time. So, well, we're in Northern Illinois, but even where you're at in New York, same latitude,
No.
you don't see it very often. So,
No, I was just saying there were 2 very
Continue on.
significant, I consider cosmic, spiritual, sky events that happened from the moment she was diagnosed to when she passed. And I mark that very significantly and feel very connected, which is why actually we have the Northern Lights as our icon and our opening title page, and the solar eclipse that she wanted to see but they couldn't. They had to see it from the hospital window. That was what I wanted to mention about time and natural
And
occurrences
natural
that was just
occurrences
too
and
coincidental for me to disassociate.
well, and since then, in the past year,
Yes.
there's been a lot of times
Yes, and
where
I
we
think
can
about it
see
all the time.
the Northern Lights, which
Nope.
hasn't happened. Well, I mean, that from what I can remember, and I try to pay attention to those kinds of things. Like I like all those the moon things,
Planet
the
parade
crazy
that just
moons
happened.
and the planet parade, right? The planet parade,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Well, because you went out back, saw what 6 planets or something, the naked eye, that was
And
wild.
the night that you saw Elon Musk
Anyway,
star
I like-
whatever, thought it was
Starlink.
aliens.
Starlink,
That's another story.
it looks like a spaceship. Yeah.
Like they can't be that symmetrical in a straight
Yes,
line.
I did. That
And
was
we found
that was
out.
right, and they're all exactly like, what is that? We're being invaded.
Yeah, I got it.
We're being invaded. Well, kinda, I guess. Starlink. But no, I like all those types of naturally occurring,
Yes.
once in a lifetime, twice in a lifetime type of things. And I wake Brody up in the dead of night to go out to the yard to look at stuff. It's just you don't want to miss it. Anyway, but the Northern Lights have been more frequent, and it's odd. It's just odd.
And we talked about it that night.
Yeah.
And didn't know what was
Yeah.
happening outside the window of the hospital.
Right. My iced tea.
do.
Do you see the size of the lemon I
half-
put in this bad boy?
Quarter to a half. That's about half a lemon. Yeah.
It's like half the cup. This is one of the best iced teas ever.
Unsweetened.
Scooters.
That's all right.
Only in the Midwest. Sorry. Unsweetened. Unsweetened. No sweet tea.
Scooters and Portillo's.
This
I
isn't
think
the
those
South.
2 things would survive quite well in the East. Well, yeah.
Yes. Anywhere really, but no. But their tea is really good. And Mom, I think I remember Mom liking their tea.
I don't know if I would know if she had it or not because it kind of
We
came
were
about.
able- She did. We would go. I just dropped something. We would go, um, like whenever they opened. But their tea is good.
Two drinks that she loved: lemon Coke, iced tea, and lemon.
Also, the coaster I was using, that's what dropped because it stuck to my
Oh,
thing.
is that a real game or a coaster?
No, it's a coaster.
Yeah, that is fun.
Aren't they fun though?
Gotta love that game.
I know Ken got these. Well, that was a mom thing. She loved her Mario Brothers. Anyway, all right. All right, so talking about natural events and
Natural events, yeah.
northern lights and all those kinds of things, and yeah, not looking for signs, but seeing signs and all those kinds of things. And I think for me, I had always, I mean, this is kind of on a big scale, but I had always wondered, like, okay, so people who go to church who know about or have a confidence in, like, you do this, and then you go to heaven. Like, it's just like what things are going to happen after. And I never understood, like, how people were so confident in a belief in something that's not there. Like, I had a hard time wrapping my brain around, like, just having such a strong faith in something that you don't see. And not that I always wondered, like, do you have that, like, a literal come to Jesus?
Right.
Like, do you have, like, a moment, you know what I mean? And, like, some people are just raised that way, like, from childhood through, and they just kind of, like, you go to church and you just, you believe in Jesus, and, it's
denying
part of your life.
Would be,
so I always wondered if
family, there's a deeper part of it.
Right. So when I think about, well, right, and it's just like your family's beliefs, but, like, do you have those? Like, if you're raised that way, is it inherent? I'm not sure. Like, 'cause we grew up in a house that wasn't, like, we weren't a religious household. Last time I remember going to church regularly was when I was like 2. So, we didn't, like, go to church. We weren't a religious household.
About still had a presence of that belief.
Yes, but not, like, necessarily like Jesus and God and like that. But there's like there's a higher power out there.
There was never a denial of that.
No, but, like, my thoughts though on that are, like, for me it was like a big, like, I don't mean like reincarnation, like that's like Buddhist, right? Or Hindu.
Yeah, it's kind of wrong.
Reincarnation. I'm not sure. But like that thought of, like, you could come back as a cat or whatever, not like that kind of a stuff, but I think that, like, the people who go before you stay with you in a generational sense. So, like, family stays with you. People that passed that were important in your life are there with you in this life. Like, I always believed that. So I was like, well, is that kind of the same concept? I don't know. So, like, I think after Mom passed, like, it really was like, okay, now that somebody's so close to me, like, that was the first big, of course, grandparents, Auntie Sue, Uncle Bill, like, all of them, we were all close. But this was immediate,
this is the most
difference,
significant you could have yet. Yeah.
Correct. That we've had. I mean, thank goodness. So, still think that they're here. But, like, what's the bigger connection? And, like, again, the ultimate why. Why did this happen to her so soon?
Yep.
Why didn't she have 20 more years? Why didn't, all of those things. So, naturally, being who we are, our anxiety creeps up at the best of times and the worst of times. A Tale of Two Cities.
Yes,
the best of times.
He claims to have read the book.
And the worst of times. Nope. He read a line and the cover. Sorry, Dad.
He'd agree.
But anyway, being anxious people, as we are, I'm like, okay, well, I'm a reader. Let's just give this a try. So, like, I started, like, reading.
It's a funny way to, like,
I had
define
read
yourself to then jump into something like that. Hey, I can read. I love reading.
Well, because I'd read like historical books about Jesus and his life, and Bill O'Reilly wrote Killing Jesus, like, in all his historical books that he's, Killing Lincoln and Killing Kennedy and all those other books.
Yeah.
And I liked his style, so I was like, well, okay. So I'd read that years ago, and anyway, so I was like, well, I'm gonna try to read the Bible. Like, let's just, most popular book out there. I haven't read it yet. Let's read it. That and Harry Potter, which I didn't like Harry Potter. So anyway, so I'm thinking about, I'm reading this, and it's hard to read. Like, I have, like,
because it's not of your time.
Right, but
yeah,
correct. And they have a bunch of different versions which write it into today's terms, which is so helpful, because otherwise I tried to read, like, the right.
But that's also
like, it's impossible. Well, and obviously I wasn't reading the one that was in Latin,
but that's
the original. But, like,
also then filtered through the mind of somebody else. Okay, so committing to the original has some value.
Well, the original's been filtered through,
right.
filtered through.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the stories are what you're getting out of it. And I'm reading, it's English Standard Version is what it is. And I got a Bible app on my phone. So you just do that, which helps because then you can go through, look at notes, and you can look at videos, and you can do all kinds of stuff. So it'll help you with it. Then trying to find and then I'm thinking, well, okay, like that was interesting. You don't necessarily get the messages out of it just by reading it. So I'm thinking, okay, people go to church, and like I wasn't like looking for like Catholic church because it's very like the same routine every time. Then they do a little sermon, fine, but it's like the same, and I didn't want that. Like I wanted just to hear some messages, like just talk to me, like talk to me. So I searched online and found, well, it's Crossroads Church. It's actually in Aurora, not far from here, but it's online. That's why I did it. So they broadcast live their sermons every week, like all whatever times a day. But you can watch them whenever you want, which is also a convenience because, again, in my head, I'm like, I don't necessarily want to be tied down to like, I got to go 10 a.m. and then feel guilty about it.
Did you get to that chapter yet?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, but that's not my purpose, And like, that's another one with this church. It's not like, I don't know. I like it. I like the pastors and the people who are, and I've learned a lot, I think is the point. Back to finding purpose here. So it's like, I think it's helped me kind of center a little bit more of, yes, there is something out there, like bigger than us, but those people that have passed are still with you. So kind of bridging those two things together. And a little bit with like, I've always been a believer, everything happens for a reason, karma and all that. And I think that
does.
also ties into all of that too. So I don't know. It's just been, it kind of took me to a different place.
How do you make sense of the combining thoughts of Tyler Henry plus karma plus Bible plus I don't feel centered, and so this is a good source of like centering me. So back to the anxiety thing. Like, well, this makes me feel calm. Okay, why? Right? Mom, we lose mom. Where's mom? Right? How do you negotiate? Where'd she go? I still needed her here. I love.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to be done yet. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Well, Rocco's got you now.
Right.
In the mouths of the 4-year-old.
Right. So how do you negotiate all of that?
But I think it's all connected, and that's what I've come to.
And the true religious
with,
people would
like,
say it's not. They would say, right, so there's some like devout in all camps that say, oh, no,
Right. But I also believe like the Bible is the word of God to those people into how they interpreted it, into the stories and the lessons that they learned throughout their lives. So if God is in control of everything that's going on, that still makes sense because those people had their experiences. They just put it into story form.
Yes.
To explain.
Yes. Right.
Their experiences. So also when we went to go see King of Kings, I mean, the timing of all that couldn't have been any better either because I was sobbing.
I told you I could have watched that
the movie theater
for 12 hours.
I don't know what, like even just thinking about it, like it got me. Like I was kind of in the middle of all of this.
I go, why am I so connected?
And I'm watching it,
and I know that seems so callous, but when I texted you, I was like, just wait until you see it. I can't even explain it. It will draw you in a way that we need. Yep.
It was so powerful.
Yeah.
A cartoon, but
agreed.
Oh my gosh, it just.
Agreed.
I mean, sobbing in the movie theater, and I wasn't the only one. Like there was a lot of people adults
there. Yeah, I was
there,
which I was actually really.
It was packed. I mean, the theater was packed.
But yeah.
Yes. But that moment, I think, just kind of solidified everything. So, like, you're thinking, Tyler Henry, he won't go into religion because everybody has a different perspective, which is fine. But it doesn't discount the fact that he still has those connections with people on the other side, regardless of whatever they believed here in this life. He doesn't know what religion they are, but they still have that connection back to people on Earth. I think it was a comfort, just like things just carry on in a different way. I don't know. It was just, the whole thing was really, I think it was my come to Jesus moment. Like I had my literal come to Jesus moment. And, I always wondered, like, am I ever going to be a person that like, is like, a religious person? And I don't necessarily know if I'd call myself religious per se. I do, watch those sermons every week. I am reading the Bible. But does that make me religious? I don't know. I've kind of put it more into practice in my everyday life or my everyday thoughts of like prayer or seeking out the purpose in everything.
So, as you bring up prayer, I wanted to mention two things that reminded me of the time frame where one of the first songs that I heard, and I don't even know if it came out around the time that Mom passed, but Wreckage by Pearl Jam, which like every single lyric relates to what we had been talking about at the time, and it may be insignificant to other people, but I really connected with that song. And then when I sent you that journal, and well, the card with it, I wrote on every lyric to Traveling Prayer by Billy Joel. So when I'm feeling, I feel like I need to connect with something, or I'm having a moment of just being overwhelmed or anxious or any of that, I think about Mom, I put that on and I just kind of like scream that song and like play it over and over.
Well, and I think music is connected to all of that other stuff too. You know, like why do you sing when you're in church?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's got a whole nother. I do this at home. I'm just kidding. I don't.
Oh, that would just.
I don't. Maybe I will. I don't. But people do. But I mean, but you know, when they're singing and they got the connection. I mean, it's a whole thing. It's the same. So you know, your Wreckage by Pearl Jam is somebody else's.
That's right.
Glory Hallelujah.
That's
you know,
exactly
I mean, it's just it's the same.
Right.
It's the same thing. No, I keep hearing I Wish You Were Here by...
Yeah, I think so.
Is it Incubus?
Yes.
Wish You Were Here. You know, I think it's Incubus. I mean, I also listen to like 80s and 2000s rock. So the odds of it coming up are probably pretty good. It seems like it pops up more often than I remember it popping up.
We listen to the same stations. No, I don't hear it.
Yeah. No, this is Turbo on XM. You don't listen to Turbo.
It's kind of...
Yep. But it brings me back, man. Middle
Your
school,
Dispatch and your
high school.
Disturbed.
Oh, Dispatch ain't nothing. Disturbed, you're thinking of.
I do like that one.
God, that concert, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That concert.
Yeah, music.
Oh, we could do a whole episode on concerts. Music, though, connecting and lyrics and songs coming out. Well, and again, radio waves. I know it's satellite now, but like, again, another way to receive messages.
Oh, that's interesting.
For people to send things to you.
I like that.
Through songs, you know, I really,
like that.
I strongly believe in that.
So this whole
I don't know.
Come to Jesus, so cliche, but
it literally happened though. Like
right.
That's why you say it.
Born again? Are we there?
I had mine.
No,
no, because I wasn't really there to begin with. You know, so it's kind of, I think it really just helps to kind of wrap up all the other things, the connections to it makes you feel less like you're either on your own or that you're the only one going through something,
which is a huge source
or that your own thoughts and your own it gets you out of your own head to take you outside of yourself.
Which is funny because at the beginning of this we were talking about a safe space. That your head is your only safe space, but sometimes it's not. It is
right, but it's also your worst enemy.
Sometimes the best place to be. Yes, that's right.
No, your thoughts are safe from others. That doesn't mean they're productive. Right. That doesn't mean that they're safe from others hearing them, but that doesn't mean that they're good for you.
Which kind of relates to your whole discovery of this. Not that you discovered it. Yeah. That sounds very narcissistic.
Yes. Yeah, because my anxiety was through the roof. I mean, all the time. I mean,
the past year, or just even prior to that?
I mean, and I think, you know, after my cancer diagnosis and then Mom going through cancer, dying, the whole thing. I mean, it was just like, okay. You know, all the court stuff with Brody and I mean, it was just like boom, boom, boom. I mean, it was like everything so my anxiety was nuts. So I needed something. So I sought it out. And for another time. It's
been real.
All right. It's been real.
Cheers.
Your rum and Coke?
Both citrus. Lime and lemon.
For you, Jeej?
No, just a lime.
You got a lime. Oh, you got a lemon in there too?
Citrus.
Oh, you've got a lime. I've got a lemon. Yes.
Highly alcoholic.
Daytime Jeej. Nighttime Jeej. Okay. I was trying to... Morning time Jeej. We're going morning. Okay. Morning Jeej. Iced tea. Noon and later.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Rum and Coke Jeej. It's... Yep. After can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. She loved that. She loved that one. On that note,
deuces. Deuces.
Deuces.